She laughed at him because he wore old clothes. She rejected him because he had no car. She called him a failure in front of everyone. But the day she saw him step out of a black luxury car and discovered he was a billionaire, she ran back to him. What he said next left her in tears. In the busy town of Cardiff, there lived a beautiful young woman named Sandra. Sandra was known for two things: her beauty and her love for money. She believed love was for the poor. To her, only rich men deserved attention. Any man without expensive shoes, flashy cars, or heavy pockets was invisible to her. Not far from her street lived a quiet young man named Daniel. Daniel was humble, kind, and simple. He wore plain clothes, walked to work, and never showed off. People saw him as ordinary. Sandra saw him as worthless. But what no one knew was that Daniel was the only son of one of the richest families in the city. He hid his wealth because he wanted someone to love him for who he truly was, not for his money. One afternoon, Daniel gathered courage and approached Sandra. "Sandra," he said softly, "I have admired you for a long time. I would like to know you better." Sandra looked at his faded shirt and worn sandals. Then she laughed loudly. "You know me better?" she mocked. "Can you even afford my perfume?" People nearby burst into laughter. Daniel stood quietly. Sandra stepped closer and said, "Come back when you have money, a car, and class." Daniel smiled sadly. "One day," he said, "you may regret these words." Sandra rolled her eyes and walked away. Weeks passed. Sandra continued chasing wealthy men, but most only used her beauty and left. Then one sunny afternoon, the whole town gathered outside a brand new hotel for its opening ceremony. Luxury cars lined the street, cameras flashed everywhere. Sandra pushed through the crowd, hoping to meet a rich man. Suddenly, a sleek black car stopped at the entrance. The driver opened the door. Out stepped Daniel. But this was not the Daniel she knew. He wore a tailored suit, a shining watch, and confidence that turned every head. The crowd gasped. "That is Mr. Daniel Silver," someone whispered. "Owner of the new hotel chain, young billionaire." Sandra froze. Her knees nearly gave way. The poor man she insulted was richer than all the men she had been chasing. That same evening, Sandra dressed in her finest clothes and went to Daniel's mansion. When he opened the door, she smiled sweetly. "Daniel," she said softly, "I was foolish before. I didn't know your value. Please forgive me. I realize now that you are the man I truly want." Daniel looked at her calmly. "No," he replied. "You do not want me. You want what I have." Sandra's smile faded. "I can change," she whispered. Daniel shook his head. "When I came to you with honesty, you gave me insult. Now I stand before you with wealth, and you offer me love." He stepped aside. Inside the house stood a graceful woman smiling warmly. "This is my fiancée," Daniel said. "She met me when I wore the same old clothes you laughed at." Sandra's heart shattered. The woman beside Daniel had loved him when he looked like nothing. Sandra had wanted gold and lost a diamond. Sandra left in tears, knowing some opportunities never return once pride destroys them. And from that day, people in the town always said, "Never mock humble beginnings. Some people dress simply because their value cannot be worn." What do you think? Did Sandra deserve a second chance, or was Daniel right to move on? Tell me in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories.